My name's Ray Drasnin. I'm a publicist, a PR guy. And I'm going to talk to you about right and wrong. And believe it or not, I'm going to do that in less than 7 minutes. I cut my teeth in Los Angeles. And when I was there, I would deal with celebrities. Arrogant, pompous, aloof, condescending, entitled Hollywood celebrities. And NFL heroes. Let me tell you what that really looks like. 2 a.m. one morning, I get a call. It's one of the NFL heroes, and he is appalled. He's whining because he just got pulled over for driving while under the influence with a 17-year-old prostitute, and his Bentley has been impounded. No big deal for me, just another day at the office. Nothing but crisis communications. So here's what that looks like in my world. By 7 a.m. the next morning, I have our NFL hero at a pediatric oncology ward signing footballs for children. I made that guy a hero before the bad news caught up with him. Next up, international financial institution. And you all know the names of these people and these places, but I'm not going to say them. They're getting ready to fire 5,000 people. But before those 5,000 people lose their job, it's my job, and I do it, to put the CEO on the front page of the New York Times business section, and his tie is pulled down. He's just a regular Joe. What I did in those days was make really good stories about really bad situations. Was the money good? You betcha. Okay, fast forward a few years. Me and my son watching the NFL on a Sunday. A lot of those same moralistically challenged athletes on the field. A lot of those same soulless corporate sponsors on the Jumbotron. And what I realized in that moment, my epiphany, my big aha, is that things hadn't really changed much, and I hadn't done anything really important or powerful to help them change. So what could I do? What could I do to right a wrong? Well, what I really wanted to do was to be able to go to bed and put my head down on the pillow and have my wife put her head on the pillow and have my kids put their heads on the pillow and think that I had made the world a little bit better. But in fact, that wasn't a reality. So I needed some help. So it may have taken Moses 10 commandments. It may take Letterman 10 top 10s, but it took me only 5. And so what I created was brand new rules of engagement. And here's what those rules of engagement are. Number 1, be selective about those people with whom you do business, right? So let's say you're in a service industry. Lots of us are. Instead of the client choosing you, right? Do you expect them to walk up to the front door and give you a big old check and say, you're my agency? No. I say, and I believe this is an incredibly cool and impactful, powerful way to do new business, you choose them. Right? Here's an opportunity for you to decide who you want to do business with. And if in fact you do that, that gives you the power. That's number 1. Number 2, not only is it you that goes out and takes a look at them, but it's you that takes a look at them before you ever meet them. It's called research. We're in the information age. If you sit down in a new business opportunity and you don't know everything about everyone that's sitting in that room, something's wrong. So even though you may find something you don't necessarily want to find out about that person or that company, why wouldn't you want to know it? Number 3, one of my very favorites. We've all had bad clients. What do? Fire them. It's cathartic. It is incredible. It is the hugest weight off your shoulder. I did it just a month ago. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go home to those little kids whose head I wanted to put on the pillow and make sure the world was a better place? If I'm doing business with someone and I preach to them about morals and values and ethics, and the person that's paying me doesn't care about any of that, well, that's just wrong. Number 4 of the new rules of engagement. Number 4 is get in touch with your gut, right? In your 20s, you kind of have these inklings, you have these feelings, you know, the good guys and the bad guys. In your 30s, that gut starts to get more finely tuned. You know never to do business with attorneys. No, that's not true. In your 30s, that gut gets more finely tuned. In your 40s, you get this extraordinary power, and it's called understanding body language, right? So in the boardroom or in any business scenario, That person who's standing back like this, you know exactly what he or she is saying. And it's a huge tool. It's an incredible asset. So those are the brand new rules of engagement that I began to employ. Here's what I really wanted. I wanted to make a difference, and I realized that until I started changing the way I looked at doing business, it couldn't happen. So what do I do now? I still work for athletes, but I work for the good guys. I work for the guys that have great foundations. I work for the guys that instead of me having to tell them what their foundation is going to be about, they already know. Think Peyton Manning, not my client, but there's a guy that gets it, right? He may not be able to get his way through the playoffs, but he gets it. There are some incredibly good guys out there. I work for the nonprofits. They don't understand business usually very well, and so I teach them how to get to the promised land. Even when I work for the for-profits, I demand that they have some level of philanthropic outreach. So what I learned was I can make anyone a hero, right? I was making the bad guys heroes. I was taking the guy who just got busted in the Bentley with the you-know-whom and all the rest of it, and I made him look good the next day. I didn't want to do it anymore. So now if I could pick the guys that I wanted to work with, if I could do the research with the companies I wanted to work with, if I could work with the nonprofits and then take the for-profits and talk to everyone, from the CEO to the custodian, and say, what are the things that turn you on? Is it breast cancer? Is it race for the cure? Is it chemotherapy? Who knows what it is? But there's something out there that touched them. And if I could get that entire company en masse as one to find a cause that turned them on, guess what? I could get them engaged. So what do I do these days? I play with the guys that make me feel good. The guy, the LA publicist who had the power of the press. I didn't want to do it anymore unless it felt right. So now when I go home and I talk to my kids, 9.5-year-old twins, about morals and values and ethics, and they pay no attention because their head is in their iPad, I share with them values that I live, right? So talking it is one thing, walking it is another. So the name of the speech is a change of heart. And here's what I propose. I think we made this world, right? I can make the evening news to a certain extent. Manipulate's not a nice word. You try and create media. But the fact is, there are publicists behind the scenes that make the news every single evening. You think a camera crew just happens to stop by a scenario? It doesn't work like that. There are publicists behind the scenes that create the wow factor, and that wow factor has a big appeal for a camera crew, and a camera crew is called, and the camera crew goes out, and that's the evening news. That is powerful. So are you going to do it for the good guys, or are you going to do it for the bad guys? I had a change of heart. I didn't want to go home to my kids and feel awkward. And so I took that amazing opportunity for mass media to say something good. Are we tired of Malaysia Air? It doesn't mean it wasn't a tragedy. It doesn't mean 300 and some odd people, still we don't know what's transpired. What it means is that there are good stories out there. There are better stories out there. And the media loves them. The media wants to tell those stories. So here's what I propose to you. If we can make a change, and if we can do business with better folks, and if we can create better stories, I think each one of us, right, how do you eat an elephant, one forkful at a time, can make the world a little bit better place. And if we each do that, I think in a big way, we impact what our heads do on the pillow at the end of the night. We made our kids better. If we make our kids better, we influence another generation. If we influence another generation and we get good stories on the tube, all of a sudden a lot of those incredible stories like that young lady Breezy become a reality because the media tells it. So here's what I ask you tonight. What are you going to do to make the world better? What are you going to do to change the world? And I don't think it's that hard. I think that each one of us has an opportunity to make a difference, and I'm saying I did it. It feels great, and I hope each one of you can as well. Thanks for your time.